All right, hello. How is everybody doing? This is a new arrival. It's a gift I bought myself for Christmas because I love most things with Lord of the Rings. It is Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring Battle in Balin's Tomb, a Middle-earth adventure game. Long title from Games Workshop. This came out recently. It came out in December, and I think it flew under the radio. I didn't hear much talk of it. The only way I'd really heard about this was with a podcast we listened to called So Very Wrong About Games. They mentioned it in their news. And when searching online, I had very few hits other than like the Games Workshop website, which is where I ordered it from. This is supposed to be a very light game, but includes 22 Citadel miniatures, including the Fellowship, which is actually a great deal for the price of the game. The minis are actually more than the price of the game if you bought them separately. So on the cover we have our famous scene here with Aragorn in Balin's Tomb, which is the battle when they Gimli gets his axe. They enter the mines of Moria. And let's flip this over just to show you the back right here as well. And that is a look at the back, and we can see some of the minis on there as well that this comes with. And I will open it up and then take a look at the cover a bit more. So, and then we'll see what's in the box too. Of course, that's the point of this. So plastic is off, and I will just bring this a little bit closer so you can take a look here. We've got our Fellowship, some Goblins, the Cave Troll, the game board in the actual tomb. And the game contents. And if we put this down, give this a shake. There we go. Citadel minis on the sprungs. So one thing with Games Workshop is that you do get them on the sprungs. You put them together. They're also fun to paint. For that, you get like this guy right here, Snippy, to help out with that. So this is our troll. Let me come up right here. Take a look. You can see the body of our cave troll here. The head. It comes with two weapons. You can use the chain or hammer. And they can snap together. You can use a bit of glue as well. I do like to use glue, but yeah. And then we have our Fellowship. They're a bit easier to snap together, just like an arm or so that would go on. Most of them are, in one piece. Gandalf, we do need to attach his staff. And then on the back we have Gimli's nice axes. They have great detail. They're Citadel minis. They are some of the best out there you could probably get, actually. So, and then we have some of the Goblins that are included. These might be a bit weird. Red is hard on cameras. Can peek out and stuff. But we've got spearmen, archers, swordmen, sword goblins. And again, and flip them over. Got their shields, their funky shields. And our not our rule book, our details on assembling the miniatures. Let me just adjust the head here and then refocus. There we go. So, how to assemble them? Very simple instructions. You put them in the base, glue them in. The only difficult one is our cave troll right here. Not really that big of a deal. It's cool. It's fine. It's actually quite fun to do minis. Painting them, I like it. I've painted a couple of games. Favorite is Star Wars Rebellion. That is nice, great to paint. Then we have our bases for the minis, of course, right here. It's a mini base. There, yep, just got a hole in them where you slot in their mini, which has a hole. Done. Bam. A set of dice, some for the Fellowship, and some for not the Fellowship, and a gray kind of wild dice. So, like many games, you roll dice, symbols, hit, miss, shield, or a special. So, for example, with the Fellowship dice, when you roll your dice, that would be a block if you're rolling your defense. Another block, that's a hit, of course. Hit, and then a wild with our ring. So depending on the character's ability, the ring triggers different effects. Similar thing with the shadow player. You have the Eye of Sauron, and then hit or defense block, and a nothing. And then this little goblin dice right here, which is, I believe, the troll, because that looks nasty. It's got a bunch of double hits on it and shields, double shields. So nice dice. And we got our cards, our goblin deck. I'm not sure what size to put sleeves on these. These are large, quite large. They're close to tarot. I've got some tarot size. I'll see if they fit after. But you can see we've got our Frodo here. And with Frodo, it's got his move of 4, attack of 1, defense of 2, and can take 2 wounds before he's dead. And his special abilities. He cannot be attacked by range, only if adjacent. And as well, if we come, we can see his special ring ability right here. If you roll a ring, so yeah. And a little painting of how he looks. Let's open these cards up and see. I'm gonna just go and say they're gonna be good quality. Games Workshop makes good quality, very good quality stuff. So if the cards are in bad shape, I would be shocked. Shocked, I tell you. They're pretty thick. And we have our beautiful, beautiful goblin on the cover here. And for the Fellowship cards, we have our Viggo Mortensen here. So, and the character cards are, well, hey, characters. So we've got our Frodo Baggins, nasty Baggins, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, and Boromir. And then Moria Goblin with shield. It's interesting. That might be a bit of a misprint, because it says it's a Moria Goblin, but on the back it is a oh yeah, it's a character card, not just for the Fellowship, just the stats of the characters, of course. Duh. with their attack. Their attack is not as great as the Fellowship, of course. They're one kill mostly. Boom. Except for this nasty, the cave troll, which, yeah, you don't want to. He has a 5 wounds, a defend of 2 plus that, and then a move of 6. It's actually quite a fast mover. With the goblin deck, every turn you shuffle your goblin deck, of course, and you pull out a card, and it tells you what happens in the game. So you could get like your troll, which is not fun. Drums in the deep. More reinforcements. And the big one is they have a cave troll, which is stacked in your deck when you're shuffling it in a certain place to kind of. Yeah, later on you pull this one out. So yeah. And then inside the box, let me just pan here. Boom. We've got some tokens and our book and our board, which is actually wrapped in plastic. Interesting. Let's open this up and see what we have here. Actually, it's kind of like opening up an old LP. It's like vinyl and this little shrink wrap in the size. There we go. So our tokens, which just have the number 1 on them. Standard token, it's cardboard. Solid, great quality cardboard. No problem with it at all. This good, great token. Good ones. That's it. Yep. Slip that back in for the next part. Our rule book is short. In fact, it's 7 pages, very, very light rules. Because this is a pretty easy, fast-ish playing game, it does have some variants, which means some challenges to make it a bit more difficult if you get a bit more of a used to it. And I'll just show you those up right here. Let me refocus here. There we go. So the fellowship challenges, if you wanted to try this. And for the goblins, the last one, pointy-eared Elvis Princeling. Defeat Legolas with a Moria goblin with a bow. That's actually not that hard. Legolas is like the weakest of the fellowship, supposedly, in this. He's quite easy to die. And of course our setup, the usual fanfare. Great pictures. Of course, they're painted Citadel minis in the pictures, so yeah, they're gonna rock. A line of sight, because this is a Citadel minis game, so line of sight's a thing, an important thing. Break out your laser pointer, gentlemen and ladies, if you got it. Dice rolling. And so yeah, and this has great minis, of course, with that. Painted up, they look amazing. I'll just show you how they look when they are done. I don't think I'll be able to do this great with them. I hope so. But yeah. And then moving along, we have our game board. And one baggie for the dice and our tokens. I'll need to get extra ones for the minis. not a problem actually. And the cards, again, not a problem. And here is our game board. It's a bit hard to see it all, so I might have to pan around with the camera so you can take a look. And our tomb, it tells you where everybody starts on here. So I will do a little bit of a Wayne's World zoom here. You can see where the hobbits start, Gandalf and the hobbits up in that corner. And if we pan down here, Gimli starts actually on top of the tomb. And then if we turn over here, lock in, you can see Legolas and Boromir and Aragorn start here in front. So if I just pull out a little, you can see the whole fellowship where they begin on the board here. And the goblins start in the places that are highlighted in red. So there's like, here's where they can, actually no, I believe those are pillars. The goblins and trolls come out over here where it says troll. There are other places they can come out through, like wells and whatnot. I'm not too familiar with it. I'll just find out in the rules. And up at the top we have our turn track. It's a 12-turn game. If you can survive it, it is, well, a survival game for the hobbits is. If you're playing as the shadow player, the Goblins of Moria, like most Lord of the Rings games, they tend to have endless units, and the Fellowship free peoples are limited. The same with this. The Fellowship has to survive for like the 12 turns to win the game. And if Frodo dies, I think the best you can do is like tie, which has been a complaint with it from some of the other learn to play videos and whatnot, is that you're playing to like tie if you lose the Hobbit. But yes. And let me just yank it out again. Sorry for the innuendo. Anyway, so yeah, cards, dice, great looking minis, rules. I can't wait to get this, yeah, because I like Tolkien. It's usually around this time of year, Christmas, I take a couple of weeks off and play every game we have for Middle Earth, which is sort of up right here. We have, yeah, Hunt for the Ring, War of the Ring with all of the expansions. And then over in the corner, which you might not be able to see because there's a light in the way, is the Battle of the Five Armies Collector's Edition. So they're playing all of those can take like a week. And watching the movies as well. Alright, so thank you everybody for watching. If you're looking for a good little entry gift to get people into gaming or minis gaming, somebody who likes Tolkien, Lord of the Rings stuff, this is one for you to definitely try. It is supposed to be quite the fun little experience. So, once again, thank you for watching. Also, apologies for the voice sounding a bit like Tom Waits. I'm still recovering from pneumonia. But anywho, yeah, thanks for watching. And take care out there, okay, everybody? Goodbye.